So obviously, yeah, put your words down. What comes to mind when you hear the word culture? Um, what does it mean to you guys? Uh-huh. So we've got diversity, we've got food, we've got music, we've got religion, we've got difference, we've got ethnicity. Yep. Your background, your way of living. Gosh, they're all coming at us. Yeah, that's great. Experiences, traditions, opportunity. It's interesting, isn't it? Heritage. So all of these ones. I've just popped into the chat there while you guys are doing all of that. What the Oxford Dictionary actually says about culture. So the Oxford Dictionary defines culture as the customs and beliefs, art, way of life, and the social organisation of a particular country or group. So I suppose that's like it's quite a generic sort of definition, isn't it? And you guys have put all of these other words up: respect, individual, fitting in, shared practices, um, everything like that. So richness. So there's lots of different sort of attitudes there, and me and Hina discussed this, I think, last week, didn't we, Hina? And we were looking at all sorts of different things in the narrowness, I guess, of the Oxford definition of it. One of the definitions I particularly liked was that culture is dynamic, that it's continually evolving as societies adapt to internal changes and external influences. So that sort of suggests that although we've got all of these traditions and like this way of life, that it's not always stuck. It's like it's sort of moving within that culture. They sort of move, things change. Um, but still, it's about how people within that culture perceive the world and live in that world. Hina, have you got anything to add?
Yes, so it's basically sum of attitudes and customs, values, beliefs, and behaviors that characterize a particular group of people or society. That's like one of the other definitions. So it's basically um, it's not just, the things that think of culture as an iceberg, and the language and how we look and how we behave is like the top bit where that everyone can see. But the bottom of the iceberg, which is below the surface, is basically below the ocean. It's basically how we react to things, how we perceive things, how we are thinking about things around us and situations, and how we react to different situations in our life. I think that's the main thing about culture, that how you react to things is a main thing with culture, that because that's how we are brought up, and how it might be something completely different in one culture, and how you react to, let's say, someone uh, eating with their hands on the table. I mean, and how you react, with their food on the table, or their, sitting. But sometimes it just feels that, okay, it's not appropriate, or it's appropriate. All of these things are part of how we are brought up and how we are thinking. So always think about, yes, there are things that are in front of you that you can, that people do or say, the language and everything, but then think of it as an iceberg, that there are things that are happening, and that how we are brought up and things like that affect how how we deal with situations and how we respond to situations. So it's very dynamic, and it's not just what you see, it's the things beneath as well.